Carrie's like, there's a scratch in the passenger seat. And I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be like almost a tear.
It's a very expensive car. I think it should be nice for 1 week.
I couldn't see it. As a mother of 4 dogs, you should know that this car is not gonna stay pretty for very long.
1 week. That's all I want is 1 week.
Hey Carrie, you wanna know something kind of crazy? Do you know what day it is? It's the 21st today, March 21st, 2020, right? You ever see that movie, The Purge? Or heard of it?
No, well, I've heard of it.
The film's about a family kind of locking themselves inside of a house because there's all this chaos going on outside, right? But in the film, Purge night is March 21st, 2020. That's today.
That is a bit eerie.
It is, isn't it?
That's a little freaky.
Yeah. I just forwarded that photo over to RJ, who's my buddy, who's one of the bad guys in the original Purge film. And he responds with, oh shit. Little did they know that they were only after the toilet paper. We got a notification at 3 a.m. that somebody was like, what, rustling around back here or something? They must have been around here. Were they looking over the fence or something? What's up, Dylan?
I think that's exactly what they were doing. I think that they were looking over the fence.
Around like 3:30, the dog started barking at something, but extensively.
I think I was half awake and I was like, it's not an animal bark or something. Like I could tell like how she barks, what she's barking at.
Yeah, she was barking at something. The dog barking was about 30 minutes after the guy walks past. But what was interesting was that he walked past the Tesla and the Tesla like flashed the lights at him real quick. I don't know. We didn't do that. Does it make you feel a little better that I sleep with a gun next to our bed?
Yeah. No, because I know that you know how to use it.
The whole gun conversation's a long conversation. I know a lot of people watching are like, well, you shouldn't have one. There's a lot of people that shouldn't own guns. Let me just say that. You have to really know what you're doing with it before you do anything. I mean, there's a lot of people that do really stupid stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like that guy who like you shot his computer.
I swear to God, I just emptied the mag.
So it's supposed to start raining today and it's gonna last a couple days. You can start seeing the clouds roll in. We're taking the dogs out right now to try to get them to use up all their energy. They're gonna be locked in the house for the next couple of days. And as of right now, they're still encouraging people to go out to hikes and stuff as long as you practice your social distancing, which everyone's been pretty good about. Like if we've been on a trail, everybody has stopped and kind of veered off the trail quite a ways and then looked in the other direction. Usually everyone's very nice on these hikes. Everyone looks at each other and goes, hi, into your face, but everyone is very aware of the situation here, so it's been good. Everyone's been doing what they can, so that's good to see. There was a comment saying that people are carrying around fake dogs to walk around so they could get out of the house.
Stuffed animals?
Yeah, I think so. Carrying around a stuffed animal like so that you could go outside for a second.
It's like those people that get those dummies so they can go in the carpool lane.
Yeah. You better enjoy this. This might be it for a little while. She's loving it. She has no idea what's going on. She's just like, another day.
It's just another day being me.
Some of these houses that we can see from up here, being quarantined in them probably isn't so bad. Look at that. How many bedrooms does that house have? And a pool, and a tennis court, and a yard the size of a park. I'm feeling really fortunate though that we live in a house that has a yard and a decent amount of space. So we can't complain too much. Also, I just saw somebody comment saying that they were supposed to get their Tesla a couple days back, but then it got pushed forward. And then it got pushed forward another week, and most likely it's gonna be even longer.
Oh
so,
no, that's such a bummer.
I know.
We really did get lucky.
Yeah. Imagine being like, oh man, there's a Tesla out there that's ours, but we can't sit in it or see it. One of the things that sucks is that I have really bad allergies. I always have, but I'm afraid of getting allergies and then sneezing, and then everybody around's gonna be like, oh, run! This is gonna be it for a little bit. You gonna be okay, buddy? Can we talk about that lady that you encountered at the gym the other day? Oh God. This was like a week ago or something?
A week and a half ago.
This is when the gyms were still open. Harry was doing a workout on a machine, and then some lady comes by. She's like, hey, can I work in between sets with you? You would do a set, she would do a set, and back and forth. One, you don't really want to do that right now. Even a week ago, we knew not to do that.
Right.
But then there was like a machine that does the same thing next door to you, right?
Yeah, there was 2 of them, but they were like slightly different, but they did the same.
Right.
So I said, oh, well, that one's open. And she was like, well, I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. And I was like, okay, well, I got 2 more sets. So she like stands literally this close, like hovering over me. And then she starts coughing
Like it was like a fake cough, right?
Yeah,
And she was coughing.
like she was clearly like doing it just to get me to
oh
leave.
God, that is just like, what? Some people have serious issues.
And
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, are you seriously like fake coughing on me to
Yeah.
get me to get off this machine right now?
She was clearly aware of the situation.
Yeah,
because she
I
fake
was looking at
coughed
it
on
my
you.
phone. I was watching
Oh my
CNN on
God.
my phone, and I think she saw that I was watching the news about the coronavirus.
Why do people like that exist? Sociopath. I read a book about sociopaths like a couple years back. It's kind of interesting. We went out hiking yesterday and we went to a pretty secluded place, so that felt okay. But after LA kind of encouraged people to go out to parks and go hiking as long as you practice social distancing, I think that kind of encouraged everybody who's bored at home to go to a park now. So then all of a sudden the popular spots I hear are getting really busy. And yeah, I heard the same thing about the beaches, is that everyone's sprawled out for the most part, but then the walkways, everyone's just walking within feet of each other. So that's not good. The hardest part for me is not touching my face. I've been trying so hard not to touch my face after I saw Mark Rober's video, which is a great one about how these germs get spread. And after that, I was like, oh man, I just have to stop touching my face so much. But it is so hard. And the more I think about it, the more my face feels like it itches. If you have an itch on your face, what do? You definitely don't want your hands. That's the worst part, right? Maybe like this on your shoulder. Like that. Oh God. But that's probably good. I just washed my hands, by the way. I think that definitely is like the biggest thing though, is washing your hands. But I don't want to like mix up facts from rumors. So I'm going to go look up the official CDC website real quick.
I'm not concerned. I think it's people panicking.
Oh no. See, that's the dangerous people. It's the one that are like, oh, it's just people panicking. Oh my God, these people are older and they're just kind of chilling at the beach. That's not good. We have the mayor saying, oh yeah, it's fine to go outside as long as you are very strict about your social distancing. Don't get within 6 feet of people, which is not that hard if you know where to go, where it's gonna be secluded. But if you're hopping around the most popular parts of town, then look at that. Oh man, I really want to see this article from the LA Times, but it's one of those things that's like, oh, you have to subscribe to them. Making me pull out my credit card info. All right, so I paid $1 for this, so pay attention here. Is it safe to walk, run, or bike outside right now? The answer is yes, and this is how. This was published just a couple hours ago. LA County Public Health says individuals and families can also participate in outdoor activities such as hiking or walking as long as they can stay at least 6 feet from others while doing so. Don't go out if you're sick. Period. Okay, this should be common sense. Bicyclists, trail runners, and hikers need to make sure they are at least 6 feet away from people, whether it's a friend or people you don't know. No exceptions. Don't go outdoors with your BFFs. As much as you want to be with your workout buddies, gatherings are a no-no. The mayor's most recent rule bans group activities indoors and out. Don't be a weekend warrior. This isn't the time to go deep into the backcountry or somewhere you aren't familiar with. If you get hurt or lost, you may need emergency and or medical services, which would be unnecessary burden to people and services dealing with the coronavirus crisis. I have been thinking about how this would be a terrible time to get injured or sick from something else. Find less crowded areas. Lastly, if you see crowds, leave. It sounds like as long as everybody follows these guidelines, then we can probably get through this without making ourselves miserable. I mean, the next step is clearly us getting a full-on, you cannot leave your house no matter what type of situation, which would suck. So this is the official CDC website. So there is currently no vaccine to prevent the coronavirus. The virus is thought to spread mainly from person to person between people who are in close contact with one another within 6 feet, which is why we have that 6 feet rule, and through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Most important thing to know, clean your hands often. Wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds or 2 happy birthdays, right? Isn't that what people are saying? If soap and water are not readily available, use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. And I did hear a podcast from a doctor who said it doesn't have to be like antibacterial special hand soap. Just like any just typical hand soap will work just as good. So something to keep in mind. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Oh man, that's the toughest part for me. Avoid close contact with people who are sick and put distance between yourself and other people. Cover coughs and sneezes. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze, or use the inside of your elbow like this. It's true! Did you guys like my fake sneeze? It's pretty good, huh? You know those face masks that everyone's been wearing? You should wear them if you are sick yourself. But if you're not sick, then don't wear them because the medical professionals need them right now. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces daily. This includes tables, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, desks, phones, keyboards, toilets, faucets, and sink. I highly recommend watching Mark Rober's video, by the way. I'll throw it right there. But basically, it's just like where the germs go. You know, you touch stuff and you can see how much of it transfers over. And it visually shows you how easy it is to catch it by touching too much stuff and then touching your face. It also makes you realize the importance of washing your hand. Most disinfectants will work, but we all know that there's a shortage of those right now, so you could make your own. They suggest using a bleach solution mix, so 5 tablespoons of bleach per gallon of water. So basically a third cup of bleach for a gallon of water. Or 4 tablespoons of bleach per quart of water. If you do that, make sure you have proper ventilation and make sure the bleach isn't expired and there's still plenty of bleach on the shelves. Never mix household bleach with ammonia or other cleanser. Unexpired household bleach will be effective against coronavirus when properly diluted. So that is good news. And if you're gonna use an alcohol solution, make sure it's at least 70% alcohol, or hand sanitizer. I think they said between 60 to 70% works. So there's the information we all need to know straight from the CDC. I think it's always good to get the information from the source because I feel like it's very easy to be either overly paranoid or underprepared. You wanna just kind of glide in there through the middle. Make sure you're safe. You're not putting others in danger. Got another mystery package. Let's check it out. Hollywoodland's Mars 400S video transmission system. It seems like there's a lot of companies making wireless video transmitters. 400 feet HDMI and SDI wireless transmission. So this is something that I'll have to test out for a little bit, see if I like them or not. And if I like them, I'll feature them on the main channel, Potato Jet. Teradek's kind of like the industry standard for video transmitters. For this to be worth looking at, I think it first has to be less expensive, but just as stable. And I like how it has HDMI and SDI. What would be cool is if it can convert the signal. So if you have an SDI signal going in here, then can I output HDMI? That would be cool to test. 400 feet is pretty good. It's enough for most cases. And also latency is something I will need to test as well. So this thing costs $649. The comparable Teradek, I want to say, is probably the Bolt 500. Let's see how much that is. Oh snap, the 500 XT is $2,200. Okay, so there is actually a pretty big difference. If you guys have any questions about this thing, let me know in the comments and I will check it out. I think it'll be a good idea for me to do a whole wipe down of the place. So I'm gonna go pick up some bleach, and we're also running pretty low on supplies, so I have to go and do a run, get some bleach and some other stuff. Let's go. Line's a little bit long at the Vons and everyone's generally spaced apart. I'm a little bit nervous about waiting in that line, so I think I'm gonna skip that for now. Maybe there's like a CVS or something. There's a Target here and they should have what we need, and I don't see a line, so this might be our spot. Crap, they're out of bleach too. What to do? Another shelf that was empty is fitness stuff. I guess everyone's at home trying to figure out what to do. Figured might as well work out. Ralph's super busy, but the CVS, fingers crossed. Second store we checked out, still no luck. Probably these bigger grocery stores with the lines are probably what I need to go through to get it, but I really just don't feel super comfortable standing in those lines. I feel like a germaphobe right now, you know, those people that are overly paranoid, but I think that's probably a good thing for now. I'm having a hard time not touching my face though. My nose itches right now, this very second. My nose itches. I want to itch it so bad. Wasn't able to get bleach, but we got some paper towels, so that's a win. Are you in a meeting right now?
Yes. The faculty meeting.
LA schools are officially closed for another month, so Carrie's working from home now. Carrie said we actually have a little bit of bleach. Let's do some disinfecting, shall we? Oh yeah, that's the stuff. 4 teaspoons per quart of water. How much water is a quart? Oh, perfect. We have one of these old bottles. There's all kinds of weird stains on it. No idea what this was used for last, but it's perfect. So a quart is almost a liter. So basically just filled up this thing nicely. And in here, I only put in 4 teaspoons of bleach. So 4 teaspoons, 5 milliliters each. So that's basically about what, 20 milliliters. So just a little bit more than a tablespoon. Step away from the computer. Back away slowly, 6 feet. Move over a little bit. Right there, good. Stay there, don't move. You may proceed.
Okay.
Put your hands up and step aside from the desk. Clear the table within 6 feet. Don't move. Is it okay to just spray the keyboard? Probably not. That probably just broke it, but lives are on the line. I just broke your phone. And I think I just broke the computer too. Your phone needs disinfecting too. It definitely smells like a swimming pool or a hot tub of a hotel, huh? Would you like to tell us what you're doing here instead of at home?
Well, I moved in. My parents are old, so I have to stay away from them.
Yeah, Sam is joining us on the self-quarantining period, so he's staying in the guest room. Has it been comfortable?
Yeah, I already made myself at home. I already put a bunch of put some shirts in here.
We were having the conversation of like, hey, should you be coming in still to help us set it? But then we realized like, oh, you're here more than you are at home. The quarantining technically says stay at home, but really it means like stay put in one place. So as long as we quarantine together, we should be good. And also, you might be thinking less people quarantined in a house together, the better, right? But we're all young in this house, and Sam lives with some older people.
But tell my mom you called her old.
So Sam's decided to move in until the virus is over. It was kind of inspired off these 3 grandmothers that decided to quarantine together because they didn't want to quarantine alone. So we're like those grandmas.
It's awesome. There's been some weird times, like when I was taking a shower and you like walked in.
Yeah, let's not talk about that part. Here's a question. How safe are you in your own car? Let's look it up. Someone asked, can my vehicle get sick from the coronavirus? So an article from Market Watch. Nothing will happen to your car, truck, or SUV should the coronavirus get on board. Imagine every time you got sick and you coughed on the car, it would like start running a little slower or sluggish. It sounds like being in the car is totally fine as long as you give it a good wipe down. But really the point of exposure is every time you get out of the car. So when you grab the gas fuel pump and you get back in your car and then touch the steering wheel, and they say the average steering wheel has 4 times more germs than the average toilet seat. So something to think about. Luckily with the Tesla, we're the only one that uses this charger, so we got our bases covered here. We're not even driving anywhere anyways. I just literally like sitting in here and just kind of digging through this menu, seeing what this car can and can't do. But let's wrap this up. I'm gonna cut the camera here and just do a whole full-on wipe down of the interior of this car. And as long as we limit the amount of stuff going in and out of this car constantly, I think we should be pretty safe in here. But yeah, hopefully you're all staying safe, practicing social distancing and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys later.